I'm going to do a little Robbie review. He made this video for me. I want to show it, but you can hear it. It's of Rocco. I'll share it. It's great. I asked him for it, and he made it for me. It's awesome. Anyways, let's give the review of Rocco.
He taught me well, just through his videos, you know?
He's talking about Dagburn. Like, does he not know that Dagburn went on a show and said it's 50% skit and 50% real, and it's for the audience to decide? Rocco, how can you trust anybody like that? But let's go.
For anybody that first time listened to this, go. Hey, I'm not a dum-dum.
Well, right there, I'd have to say you're a pretty big dum-dum. See, I don't like to encourage little me's bad behavior, but he just did a fucking solid fucking video on you, dude. On how, who knows if you're telling the truth, but you're a pretty fucking selfish individual. Where someone goes out of their way to try and help you. Yeah, it was benefiting them to get the message out there through their channel. But it looked to me like they sincerely thought you were telling the truth. But when you dodge people that you ask for help, I have no choice other than to be honest with you, Rocco. You look like a big fat liar. Why would you lie about something like that? People actually went through this shit, Rocco. And maybe they don't want to talk about it because of people like you getting made fun of, because maybe it never happened to you. Because if it did, maybe you should point out exactly who did it to you. Or did you just walk out and on the street and all of a sudden you just didn't know anything? Or like, how'd this even happen? But they were going to give you the opportunity and you didn't want to. So yeah, you're a pretty big dum-dum and you use people. And you use it for clout. A lie for clout. Of a situation that people have actually been through. And not a lot of people know about it because of clowns like you.
Actually, I'm pretty smart. Oh, here we go. Keep using people's names, Johnny. Oh.
Like, this guy loves himself some Johnny Gobble. I mean, listen to this buffoon.
Yeah. We're going to have fun on Outer Limits tomorrow. Now,
We're going to be on the Outer Limits place. Chasing that clout to the ultimate limits. I'm going to be famous off my make-believe story, but I will use some of my real life to make me sound like a victim, because there's no better victim than Johnny Gobble to follow. You can learn a lot from his videos. I don't know, can you determine where the fuck he's telling the truth and where he's not? But then again, Rocco, I don't agree with giving fucking his his housing number and the dead floozy mother and the fucking all this shit. But the real shit, you know, the shit where he does lie and he fucking does deceive people. Kind of what Little Me did to you there.
we're going to have fun on the Outer Limits tomorrow now. So now everybody that knows Mr. Dagburn, let him know, you know, I'm going to be on there and we're going to be...
Make sure Dagburn's coming. Make sure Dagburn, come on, Dagburn. I can be your victim, Dagburn. I love to be the victim, Dagburn.
And, you know, he wants to get up on there.
He wants to get up on there.
Fire rain. That's right. That's right. Cry me.
I'm going on the Outer Limits to fucking speak on Johnny Gobble's name. Now, why would you have to go speak on Johnny Gobble's name? Is Johnny Gobble not capable of doing it himself?
That's right. That's right. You got that right, Dagburn Drywall Repair. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. I will be on the Outer Limits tomorrow debating how Johnny is a good person. Because you know what? Johnny has taught me stuff.
Hey, I've had personal experiences with Johnny, and no one wants to hear about them. But Johnny's not a really good helping person. You can ask him himself what he does to people who ask for help. I've got the proof. It's all recorded, Rocco. Your hero is not a hero. He's a failure. So stop being a failure and look for a role model. But don't become them, Rocco. Become you, bud. You pave your own path, but you won't.
Just by watching his videos, he's taught me stuff. Can you spell safe?
The evidence is not stopping against us both.
That's a different video. I gotta go into my other phone here because I wanted to. Because, like, Dagburn, he's just. Oh, this is Rocco's hero. Here, let's fast forward it a bit.
Videos towards Patty attacking her, the ones that's living in these Blue Moon houses, like I see those houses being gone, and they're going to be stuck with nothing. They're going to be stuck with nothing, or back to living the same style that they was living before. You should have seen.
See, this guy makes no sense, man. Like Blue Moon houses. Like he tries to make them sound like they're Patty's houses. Like, am I wrong here? Does he try and make them sound like Patty's houses? Can Patty ever have houses without Ryan? Really? Is that what he's trying to convince us?
In the houses some of these people was living in, that lived in these houses that was Ryan, that's Ryan's now. Fucking crazy.
Right, I was like doing and watching these videos that people were talking about this Alabama girl and where she was missing from and all the logistics, and I started noticing there was some weird shit about some of these in particular.
Yeah, like what? Like Dagburn, like anybody with any common sense can see that these videos that Dagburn plays only hurt himself. He's giving his opinion with his narrative. And Ryan's trying to say, what the fuck did you ever do, Dagburn? I offered a fucking $100,000. I did this. And they're like, oh, well, the no teenager got it. Okay. Like, he offered. And do you think AWP's coming without Ryan Upchurch, Dagburn, really? If there isn't any notoriety in it for him, do you think they're fucking, like, no one thinks anymore, especially fucking Dagburn.
Right, YouTubers. Now, before we go any further or get into this, let me give you some context by showing you a news clip from CBS Sacramento that's talking about this exact situation. It's in what?
Tennessee Accountability said he's going to this, I'd say.
Yeah, and like, come on. Like, there wasn't fucking crazy shit going on there. Like, did those LLCs or whatever between Exanime and what's-his-face, were they ever proven to be false? Whatever the guys found, was that, like, any of that, like, do we not think about that shit? Or they just had no reason to just fucking go off? It was just all malicious intent? Like, this is what I don't get. Like, fuck. That's why that psychobabble, he fucking bothers me. He thinks he's smart and he's not.
There's going to be a lot of people show up at this. There's going to be a lot of people show up at this hearing with Ryan Upchurch. I'm just telling you. It's going to be everywhere. I'm telling
Good.
you,
Yeah, go and try tell someone that they can't have their opinion, but this fucking douchebag Dagburn can. Dagburn can go say whatever the fuck he wants about whoever the fuck he wants without any fucking repercussions. But if Ryan Upchurch, somebody who's made something of themselves, fucking has an opinion, offers money to fucking find out what's actually fucking happening, everybody wants to hate on that guy, but fucking Dagburn's the good guy. And Casey and fucking BSR and everybody wants me to fucking think Dagburn's on the right side of this. I'm not saying he's wrong all the time, but this is fucking stupid, man.
and you gotta thank Crack Squad, you know? They gotta take full responsibility for what they've done too, you know what I mean?
What do they really have to take responsibility for? If they did something wrong, then they have to take responsibility for it. Nothing that Ryan ever did or said should Ryan be responsible for that these fellas ever did. If they idolize him, that's not his fault. If they're doing shit to just try and please him, that's not his fault. Or maybe they were actually interested at that point in time in actually helping somebody, and then fucking shit turds like fucking Dagburn are trying to fucking tell him not to fucking look into a girl's death. Like, who knows, maybe the first time in history, a fucking YouTube murder or something. But I guess it wasn't a murder, but where's the harm in trying to fucking find out? Like, this is so stupid.
They done a bunch of this shit.
But
And I know
Dagburn
some
will tell you the
Crack
other
Squad,
way.
they've been pretty quiet here lately, ain't they?
I don't know why they're
They've
so
been pretty
quiet.
here lately. They ain't really said much. They're missing in action. Well, M.I.E. from fucking Crack Squad.
Years since Kylie Rodney disappeared from a party at the Prosser family campground. Disappearance of the truck team got
I'd like, why make the family fucking relive this shit by playing this in your fucking video? I don't know what you're trying to do.
The family relive it. I thought it was his fault, his problem. Patty had nothing to do with this. She didn't say. How's he bringing the family into it? How's he rehashed? Like, this is what I mean, Crack Squad. Why can't you figure out and fucking tear this stupid motherfucker's fucking head off with his own stupidity? Instead, you want to call his fucking housing unit.
The story of how you fucking got caught up in the bullshit, but the truth is you was fucking high and you decided to go down a fucking rabbit hole and you had these.
How do you know if he's high? Is there any proof? Has there ever been any fucking proof? I'm not saying he's not high. Fuck, maybe what's his nuts fucking hops in his fucking squirrel suit and fucking douses fucking Upchurch's fucking food with these fucking drugs or something. But I don't know. The response that we got from Upchurch was he doesn't even know what fucking cocaine looks like. He hasn't even been around it or something like that along that lines, but a consistent liar like Dagburn, we're all supposed to believe.
Motherfuckers leading you in the wrong direction. Why don't you just tell the truth about that? Because that's what it is. That's what it is.
If you can be taken in a direction by another man, you're not a man.
You went down the fucking wrong rabbit hole and you had motherfuckers.
How many rabbit holes do you get to go down before you fucking get slapped or sued?
With Crack Squad like Captain Kirk and fucking Power Stroker, and then you had Father and somebody else. They weren't too much involved, but they was involved. All these guys coming up with a fucking idea that's a fucked up idea. You know what I mean?
Because they were thinking outside the box and you fucking don't know how because you're just not that fucking smart.
That's what happened. That's why you give these motherfuckers trucks and shit. To keep them shut. Keep that mouth shut.
It's not to keep their fucking mouth shut. It's because you can, you fucking dummy. And if you've ever watched his videos on when he's giving stuff away, it makes him feel good. If you'd like me to find those videos, Dagburn, I will. He starts to cry in one of them because he felt so good about giving a neighbor a fucking vehicle.
Woo! Mouth shut. Woo!
You should keep your mouth shut.
The country has thousands of tips pointed to Foster County's tip line. I believe last season of high school party had that camera. By the way, she didn't go to high school. Apparently, she was homeschooled. At the time, Wausau County officials said that Hondo's
Yeah, he's fucking deflecting. He's fucking deflecting completely.
her V was missing.
Well, then prove him wrong. Instead, you're saying he's wrong, Dagburn. You always say he's wrong, but you never bring the proof.
It's where they found a cell phone. But apparently, they're trying to check
Like,
it out.
why talk about that? Why bring it back up? Why?
Well, he's gonna get sued, so why wouldn't you tell your side of the story? But hey, I guess you're not allowed to unless you're fucking Dagburn and you're a victim and you want to sit in your victimhoodness.
He's trying to fucking throw it off on fucking. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see where you're going with it, Ryan. I see where you're going with it.
No, you see where you would go with it. You don't see where Ryan's going with it.
Trying to act like there's a corrupt motherfucking town and all that bullshit. That's what's coming next. You're gonna have your crack squad.
Well, how is it that your town can be corrupt, but not possibly that town? Do you see how stupid you are, Dagburn? Do you not see your stupidity? I should have done this to you a long time ago.
Police department and all that bullshit. It's like you just did with fucking.
Well, then I guess you're a liar. I guess you're mirroring. You're thinking just because you'd make up lies like that, maybe Ryan would as well. Fucking, you're so dumb.
Like, dude, that people over there on that side can't even make a video anymore. Like, that's completely tore down by y'all's fucking people.
So like this party.
Hey, there's this girl, Amy for Jesus or Army for Jesus or something like that. She's still trying to look into the Kylie Rodney case, Dagburn. Do you think that she should be sued too? Do you think her mouth should be shut? Would you like to stop her as well? Because she's still going on too, or is it just not big enough of a fish for you to, you can just pick and choose who can and cannot have their opinions?
The case was considered suspicious, even being investigated as a possible abduction. If you're a teenager going to a party where there's drinking and hanging out, and people have curfews, the first thing you're going to think is, okay, they're out with a boy, or they're spending the night at a friend's house, or they ain't trying to get in trouble with their high. Why they said abduction off the rip, I have no idea. Not unless somebody called and was like, hey, I think I've just seen an abduction. 2 weeks later, and nearly 20,000 man-hours of searching
Let's
in.
do some more Dagburn. I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. See if we can get some more words of shit out of his mouth.
They didn't have the right equipment. They said that for a long time, that they didn't really have much of the right equipment. Let me see if
if they didn't have the right equipment, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars did they spend to look for this girl? If they didn't have the proper equipment, wasn't there a lot of money spent for trying to, and they actually told them not to fucking take a look in the spot because they already had? Does that make sense, Dagburn? I remember that.
These guys were doing this right here. Maybe, no, I ain't gonna do that. I'll have to switch back and forth. I can't do it that way. Fucking shit.
Where this person went missing, and you can't find her around a 23,903 foot perimeter around the reservoir, especially when the town law enforcement is getting on TV holding.
Trying to put it off on somebody else, guys. This is what Crack Squad does, guys.
How's he? He's making fucking factual points, dumbass. You're spinning your own narrative, Dagburn. And unfortunately, you've got some dumb people that are following you because they follow men. They're not very smart. And when they follow dumb men, dumb things happen.
Every time they do something wrong and attack somebody and fucking dox them and bullshit, this is what they do right here. They try to trace.
Well, you want to talk about doxing. Rumor has it you doxed Gail. And I know on 2 separate occasions you doxed Danny Parker. So you have no fear of doxing. So, I mean...
That other person is what they try to do.
And by the way, Danny has children just like you do, Dagburn. So why you would do something like that is pretty fucking ignorant to somebody who has children, knowing that you have a child and it's been done to you. So you can sit there and say you're so good, sweetheart, but you know you're not.
portray on other people with telling bullshit like this right here. Fucking crazy, man. Dude, accept responsibility for what you've done. Accept responsibility.
Do not go out and try and help anybody. Do not try and figure anything out. Do not think outside of the box, or the world will come after you up church. Just like Johnny Dagburn. That holy Dagburn.
For what you've done, bro. It probably only echoes a little bit, man. Mute your mic during the play video. That's what I figured. That's what I needed to do. I know. ELC. Just didn't want to go back and do it.
The microphone. That was a funny skit.
I'll stop it and I'll have to flip back and turn my mic on.
Here, let's skip and see if he says any more brainwave-ish things. See what I mean? You only have to go through a couple minutes of videos, like...
You have a girl that went to a party in SCRV. There's no pictures of this girl hardly on the internet. There's definitely absolutely no fucking videos. There's one video that is allegedly supposed to be her. It's a little girl like playing a violin or something, like 15 years ago, on very shitty quality. So she's 16, 17 when she went missing. This video is from her being like 4 or 5 years old. So I don't know if it's her or not, and no one does. There's no pictures of her besides CRV. There's no videos of her and her friends.
Dagburn, before you open your mouth up here, you might want to go check and see if he's saying some factual things. You might want to try and pick up on all the pictures and the videos and all that stuff for yourself, so you can show him where he's wrong rather than tell him he's wrong, because you're about to tell him he's wrong and you're a piece of shit.
See, guys, we have to the family has to relive this shit. Why? Why does the family have to relive this fucking bullshit?
Because you guys all brought it up. You guys all brought the lawsuit up, Dagburn. That's why they have to relive it. Because you guys keep bringing it up. You guys are making it an issue. Ryan Upchurch isn't. If you just wanted to leave the family alone, you let them sue Upchurch without even saying a word. But you're bringing it up to the family. You're the one carrying it on. You and Psychobabble and all these other people. It's you. You wouldn't even be saying anything if it wasn't for you fellas.
It's a crock of shit. It's a fucking crock of shit. Why does the family have to relive this bullshit? You're trying to make excuses.
See how he's putting all the family. See what he did to the family. See? Oh, you deserve this lawsuit for having an opinion.
Blue Moon. Leave them bitches in Blue Moon, son.
Patty's business, Blue Moon. Patty's business, Blue Moon. Blue Moon. Blue Moon.
Dollars tied up in them, all them 7 houses or 6 houses or 5 houses.
Well, isn't Upchurch rich, eh? Look how many houses he has. I guess the more houses you have, the less opinions you have. You know what I mean, Dagburn? You make no sense. Why is it we can all have our opinion, but because he has a following, he can't be a normal human being and try and figure shit out and have a little bit of fun? No, because there's fucking turd burglars like you who don't want anybody to be helped, and you don't like people doing good things because they have a lot more than you, and you had it rougher than them, and you deserve it all.
Best thing you do is leave them in Blue Moon, brother. If you want to keep some money, you better leave them motherfuckers.
Take your financial advice from fucking Dagburn. He lives in Section 8 housing. Do you see how ridiculous this shit is, people? Do you not fucking... This is what I mean. I could never understand. If you were taking Dagburn's side, like, you have to be able to be talking to him to know what the skit and what the real part is.
There's no pictures or videos of her at this party. There's no evidence of a phone.
Here, let's do one more little fast forward. Like, this is the guy Rocco wants to lay in bed with. This is nice. Like, they were fucking... Like, one's even capable of fucking lying about MK Ultra. The other one's, like, rumored to have lied about a whole bunch of bad shit that happened in his life. But we'll fucking never know, because fucking his life's a fucking skit.
And listen, when I say pops up out of nowhere, I mean, she didn't really have a YouTube channel at all. She had like 2 videos about Ukraine, pedaling and swimming and looking around the whole...
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I'll debate anybody about Exanime. I mean, that chick looks as sketch as fuck. And I'm allowed to have that opinion. She might be a nice girl. I don't hate her. I don't dislike her. I just find her to be a little sketchy. And the way that Tony Dodge and her, the one time, all your fans are concerned for you. Like, I seen Johnny do that. He talks about that in this, like that's not normal shit. His fans are not going to Exanime saying we're worried about you, Ryan. Like, what the fuck? You're going crazy, and fucking everybody says and knows it. So you better get off my tail. Or I'll keep telling people you're crazy. Anyways, let's try one more, and then I'm going to stop this. I'm going to fast forward it, pick a spot. And...
So then, here's where
Telling a female to shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
she starts.
Wow, don't you tell women to shut up too, Dagburn. I guess it just depends on which women it is, and what man is saying it to them.
Her discredited process. She's like, oh, well, he said this and this. And I'm like, I didn't say any of those things. Prove it. And she did.
Yeah, that's true. What about Tony Dodge and those fucking messages and his fucking message, and no one cares about fucking gangbanging? Like, this guy ain't sketchy as fuck. Like, come on, dudes. Like, Dagburn, Tony Dodge should be your fucking enemy, man. You should be fucking finding out what the fuck's in his inbox. You guys should be still riding his ass about that. But no, you pick Ryan Upchurch because you think there's something to gain from it. That's my fucking review for the day. I'm over and out. My last video.